Hello again, welcome, thanks for joining me. And I thought do like a sort of river in the woods type thing today, so just wetting the paper all over and using a big 8 brush. I'm going to take a bit of cad yellow, and take a bit of ultramarine, pretty low on the ultramarine now, and I've got to pop in. There was none left in the website when I bought all my other colours the other day, unfortunately, so I need to get some from the shop around the corner. So that's just a mix of cad yellow and ultramarine, put in very loosely. Just darken out a bit up there. A little bit lighter on that side, a bit of variation. Right, let's whack some distant trees in. So I'm just going into the same 2 colours, switch to a number 3 rigger. Might just take a bit of burnt umber there as well. So the same 2 colours, and I'm just whacking in. And this is picking up the paint that's already on the paper, that's why I'm not having to keep reloading it every couple of strokes. But most of this will fade away because the paper's still wet, it'll just soften up, you'll hardly be able to see, but it'll make it look really distant, help create depth. So when I want some stronger ones, I have to reload the brush. Just the 2 colours, yellow, ultramarine. And just press a little bit stronger and see it comes off a bit stronger than it did before. And just whack a few more in. A bit more paint, more water. Press down a little bit more, so a little bit more visible. Slightly broader strokes by pressing down on the paper and the brush a bit harder. And I'm also doing a few little cross pieces. Little twigs and branches and things growing. A few over here in the lighter area. A few things growing down here. So that's the most, that's what I say the first layer. So before I put another layer on, what I'm going to do is clean the brush, squeeze the water out of it, and I'm just going to very, pretty lightly, just a little bit of cad yellow and just work out how this land is going to lie. So I'm thinking it's going to quite high up there. It's going to come down there, and this is just going to be water down it, but it's quite fast. So I'm not going to bother painting reflections in it because it's going to be quite. I'll just do a couple of quick sweeps of the eye to try and suggest fast flowing water. So that's sort of coming down there like that, across there. Up there, and sort of come in. Make that slightly higher, just so it's not level with these. Just looks better when it's different heights. That's coming down there. This will be coming down there like that, and then I think all of this will just be water then, just all round there. That's basic layout of the land, so let's just pull this flat so it's flat against the easel. Hang on, this one's fell off. Just put this clip on first. And I can pull this one tight. And then put this last clip on and we're ready to go again. And this one's fell off. Right then. Now the paper's dried slightly while I've been doing that, so when I go back with this rigger brush, it should look a little bit stronger. A bit more water. Yeah, same mix as I was using before. Again, now see that's going on stronger now. It's really standing out from the ones behind. Because the paper's dried slightly. Well, even though I'm using the same mix. Same water paint ratio. some on this side as well. Just watch you don't paint over anything you like. I quite like this one here. Stands out quite nicely, so I just want to make sure I don't paint over that. Again, a few more twigs and things and branches and what's it all over the place. A few things growing down there, just flicking it up. I'm just holding the end of the brush and just flicking it up because there's not much paint on there. I know I'm not going to do too much, so I'm not going to create too much damage. So that's what I'd call the second layer. Let's get another one in there. Paint down there. Maybe even just a touch of light brush, a few little leaves. Oops, no, that's a little bit darker, that one, slightly darker than I was intending. Let's go back to that. That's it, I don't want to get too bad with that. Right, so that now I want the strongest ones on, so I'm going to bother cleaning the brush because I'm going dark. I only need to clean the brush if I want to go back to a lighter colour. So just enough water to hold all the hairs together, and I'm doing a bit of brown, a bit of blue, a bit of yellow in there as well. Quite a dark mix, because I want this to silhouette against that light. I'll try and get what little blue I've got left now in this corner of the palette. A whole mountain of hairs. I think what's happening is they're coming, I think the hairs are actually mixed in with the paint. Right then, so I don't want to paint over anything that I like, so I'm just going to have one, I think one there like that. It's going off in the foreground. It's pop something there. Put one just there like that. So you can see now we've got the 3 layers, most distant ones, then the middle layer, and then the strongest layer left till last, the closest one to us. Let's pop something slightly closer in these trees up here. Put one there as well. Right, switch to the rigger. Bit of brown, bit of yellow, bit of blue. Let's pop a few branches on these things. There, there. Bit more water, bit of brown, blue, yellow. Flick a few off this one as well. A few things coming up from the ground. Well, let's pop a few leaves on that. So I want to clean the brush. Just going to squeeze the water into the palette using my thumb and forefinger, scuff it up. So not only am I drying the brush, but I'm scuffing it up so the hairs are going in all different directions like that. And if I just go into this cad yellow, and pop a few, just a touch of ultramarine as well. Pop some leaves on these. Some straight across the trunk central area like that. On the ground as well. It's just grain these trees. Just look as if they're floating. Just push that right up. Just a bit of yellow, red in there as well, just for a bit of extra flavour. Down there. See now, sort of building up your layers. Working my way to this water's edge. Bit of burnt umber in there as well. Now back to the rigger brush, just put a few little more things growing out of there. You know, a few little things there, some up there. Just it's so tempting to just go completely over the top with this sort of thing. Down there. Right, let's pop some water in. So the water, I want I'm going to go sort of predominantly blue, but I'm also going to take a bit of yellow in there as well. A little bit of everything really, but then lean it towards blue. And then, so it's just like a sort of, so it's sort of coming down there like that. Leaving plenty of unpainted areas. Now if you imagine let's do like a waterfall, only a tiny little waterfall, so I'm just doing a down stroke like that, so it's just coming over the edge like that. And just gathering at the bottom. Right, now this, I'm trying to strengthen these the banks a little bit, so the sort of water and the edge of the banks is just getting a little bit merged, too well merged. I just want to define the edges a little bit stronger. So I might put just the odd rock in there just to define the edge. So if we sort of put that in. I'll just scrape a few little rocks here and there just to make it obvious that that's the edge there. Again, scraping a few rocks. I think getting closer now. So I just want to make sure this is flat before I get further. Just really clip it there on the sides. I think what I want to do now is add a few shadows, but I'll just have to do it a quick dry first. So let's make a shadowy mix. So not too much water. I'm going to go a bit of yellow, a bit of brown, a bit of blue. That's what this looks like. Get a bit more blue out of this. I'm trying to make enough just so I can do the whole thing in one go. So the light's coming from over on the outer shot on the left somewhere. So I'm going to put some more of this in dark and shadow in the background. I think a few things there. Sort of coming down there, sort of shadow across there. Sort of shadows cutting across here, and it sort of goes up and down over this land. some of these. Shadows amongst these bits there. Shadows down there. Don't want to mess it out in the water really too much. Shadow things up there like that in the background. I think I'm going to leave it like that, I think. The only thing I'm going to add now is a little bird. It's going to be flying right up there somewhere, so just going to pop my name in the corner and I'm going to call this one finished. So let's see what it looks like with the mains on it. So here's the finished painting in the mains. So have a closer look. What you can see of the sky in the distance, that was just a bit of cad yellow, I think, just a touch of ultramarine in places. Very simple background sky. But these little white bits are quite important because they just give a sense of light coming from the distance through the trees. And you can see where I was putting all the distant trunks in with the rigger brush. You can just about see them. That's the idea, because they're far away. You just want them very, very light in tone. Then we got the sort of mid-range ones like this one here. Again, pretty light, but more visible than the first ones. It just helps create that sense of depth with the final ones put in with the strongest tones. Least amount of water, maximum amount of paint. Like these two foreground trees there on the left hand side. Little bit of rigger work, and then it was a bit of dry brush to put in the leaves. Here I've gone over the top of the trunk to create that sort of three-dimensional effect. A few more leaves on these ones there again on the right hand side. Try to use a variation of colours and tones and shapes. Try and create a bit of different textures here to keep this ground landscape interesting. Put these rocks in, sort of darken the banks there, so I could put in some rocks just so to differentiate better between the water areas and the land. The water, put in very simply, leave plenty of white bits, looks like the like little mini rapids there, and then coming down. Then it just a sort of curved downstroke with the hake brush, and it just looks like the water's just trickling overhead, just a tiny little drop there into the pool below. Popped a few shadows in there amongst all this dense woodland. A couple of little shadows coming off this tree here on the left. And you can see just painted again, a bit of that shadow mix over some of these stones there, so it just looks as if the light's sort of catching the left hand side, and you've got shadows on the right. And then finally a little bird flying through the trees. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I'm going to carry on painting. Now you'll be able to watch that over on Patreon. You'll see the link in the description below. This, as like all the other paintings, you can buy on eBay. Again, the link's down below. So until next time, thanks for watching. Keep practicing. Any questions, please ask. And I'll see you again soon.